Today we're going to take a look at and then we're going to run some aluminum big bore shocks from eBay for my Arrma Typhon 3S V3, and that's coming up next here on Jesse B Motors. Don't forget, if you like content like this, so go ahead and hit that subscription button, like, share, and subscribe, and smash that notification bell. Welcome back. So I picked these up because I kept bending the front shock shaft on this Typhon. We keep landing off the jump just right, and it bent the shaft one too many times, and I can't straighten it back up. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at these. I'm going to open up the package, show you if they come with oil. I'm going to take one apart and show you the pieces of it, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put them on, but I'm not going to do an install video because there's only 2 screws to take in and out to put these on, and then we're going to take them outside and run it. So what you get in the package is you get 2 rear shocks right here. There's those, and then we're going to go ahead. Got your 2 front shocks. If I can get it out of there. And then we also look like we got some spares in here. We got some spared rod ends and some spacers that we got to use in this. So that's everything that this comes with. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take one of these shocks apart so you can look at it. So this is a pretty basic setup. You got your lower spring mount there, your spring and your shock. Unlike the shocks that come with the Typhon, this is a pretty basic setup, and that's one reason why I wanted to switch to these. So let's go ahead and take the shock apart and take a look at it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the cap off first, and we're going to take a look at that here. And we're going to see that these do not come with oil. No oil in there, nothing coming out. Now these don't have a bladder in them, but you can see right there, there is an O-ring that seals it off. Now I've heard of people having problems with this leaking, so what you're going to want to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this body off of the bottom part here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead on every single shock and do this. I'm going to go ahead around that seal right there. There's an O-ring. I'm going to go around and put shock oil on that and lubricate that and then put it all back together. Then I'm going to put shock oil in, bleed them out, and then I'm going to install them. Now today I'm just going to try, I got some of this Team Lucy shock oil here, 50 weight or 710 CST. That's what we're going to use in it front and rear. So I'm going to go ahead and get these together and get them installed, and we'll take a look at it. Now here's a quick little comparison of the stock one on the left and then the eBay big bore one on the right. You can see the shock shaft is thicker. That's one reason why I wanted them. I don't know if you guys can really tell, but this thing has been bent. You can kind of see the bend in it right there. It's been bent twice. So this shock is not, you can see it dragging right there, is not working right. And truthfully, I am not a fan at all of these Arrma shocks. I don't like the design. You can't bleed them like I like with these. I think this is a much better design, so hopefully this one functions a lot better than the Arrma one does. Now we got them on, they look good, but there is one thing I want to show you that I don't like about it. We're going to go ahead, we're going to bring this up here. I'm going to go ahead and pan down real quick. We're going to zoom in, and I want to show you this. I do have the spacer in, but that is a lot of slop there in the front. I don't like that even with the spacer, so I'm going to come up with some way to shim that. That way it don't go like that. And then we'll look at the back here. The back one, try to get a good angle here. We're going to go ahead and pan back up here. The back one, don't do it as much. It has a little wiggle in it, but not much. But that's all I wanted to show you for the inside. Let's go ahead and take it outside now, run it, and see how it works. Alright, now that we're out here, and this is going to be Jesse B Motor Speedway once it's all done. What we're going to do is we're going to run it out here. It's a little bit rough, and I haven't drove this car in a while with the shocks being down, but we're going to run it out here for a little bit, see how these shocks handle, and then we'll go over to the ramp and we'll do some jumps. So far, you can see this is real bouncy through here. Looks like they're holding up pretty good. Like how it feels. And there's a shot to that turn cone right there. Everything's holding up just fine. You can see that it's real rough out here. Seems like they're absorbing the bumps pretty well. Hopefully with the thick shafts, when we take it over to jumping, those won't bend anymore. This is a real rough course right through here. I'll be glad when I get all the grass out of here. But it looks like so far, these things are handling real good. You can see I got a jump right there, a natural jump as I go into that turn. Oop, turn too quick out here. Still getting used to this setup. Got a jump right there. But they seem like they're going to work out pretty good. Let's go over and head over to the ramp. Get a wheelie going on there. Let's go ahead and go over to the ramp and check the ramp out and do some jumps. Alright, now we're over here at the ramp, and you can see my ramp's pretty beat up, so I'm going to try to stay off the right side of it. I need to get it rebuilt. But we're going to go ahead, try some jumps out over here. Hopefully these shock shafts being a little bit thicker will hold up, because this ramp is what broke it. That was a good little test right there. We'll go ahead and flip it over. Off to the side. Looks like the shocks and everything are fine on that. Go ahead. Alright, got a good jump right there. Trying to stay on the one side of the ramp because the one side is damaged. I really need to get this ramp fixed. That was a pretty good jump. So far so good. Seems to be handling pretty good. Nice. Alright, we're back over at the speedway here. My ramp's falling apart, so I need to get it fixed. But so far it handled all of those jumps pretty good. We'll do a couple laps over here. Ooh, saved it. Do some laps over here. Like I said, this is nice and bumpy. Really test these out here. Went around the jump that time. You can really see that it's working the suspension real well. Went in that corner a little too hot. Oh, big flip. Now stuff like that, that'll also bend your shock shafts. So we'll come down here and look. I'm pretty sure though, with these things being that thick, we're going to be good on all this right now. The main thing is are they going to leak? Go ahead, throw it here. Steering in both directions, so we're all good. Go ahead. A little two-wheel action there. Bring it down here so you guys can see this. Looking down the back stretch or the front stretch, depending on which side of the track you're on. Do it again here. Hit that jump there. It's kind of cool as I bump into that. Just the way that this is set up right now, I already had a little bump right there. It makes it challenging to go in there. But these shocks are handling pretty good. So let's go ahead and go back inside, and I'll give you my final opinion on these after the first run. Now that we're back inside, so far I like the way these handled. They did pretty good outside. They did not bend. They handled the jumps pretty good. Now, I am going to rebuild that ramp out there, and I am going to jump this. The only thing about jumping a buggy is it's not real fun, because you can't do flips and stuff. You only can just jump up as high as you can and as far as you can. To me, that's not as fun as with the monster trucks when you can flip around and stuff. That makes a lot of fun. But that's not what this video about. It's about these shocks. So far, the only thing I don't like is I don't like that wiggle up here in the top. And I don't like that they don't have a diaphragm up in the top. But besides that, they seem to be built pretty good. Shafts are still straight on it. No issues at all with those handling. They took the jumps and the track pretty well so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link down below for you guys to check these out on eBay. They're just the eBay big bore shocks, aluminum shocks that everybody run. They really don't have a name for them. Basically what I did was, if you don't use my link, I just typed in Arrma Typhon 3S shocks and they came up doing it that way. But definitely check the link out down below. It helps the channel out if you do pick a set up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. As always, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. On Facebook, I got an RC car group, RC Car Life. Come in and join in on the fun. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all on the next one.